Hello, just a quick video about the Pegasus Powerbox and how it gets configured. I've got my one mounted on my ASCAR 140, but that doesn't really matter. I just want to talk about the ports and what you get with the box. So this is the Pegasus Powerbox, and just do a quick tour around it. On this side here you get an auxiliary port, and this is the temperature gauge and dew heater that comes with it. And round here we've got the USB 3 input, so that goes onto your PC or laptop. And then you've got 4 USB outputs, 2 USB 3 and 2 USB 2. I've only got one USB 3 device, and all my others USB 2, but because USB 3 is backward compatible to USB 2, the vast majority of devices you can plug it into a USB 3 port and it will work fine. Here there's an adjustable power output, which I'll show you on the software in a minute, which I don't actually use. And if I can show you around the back, you have 2 dew plugs. So one's connected to my main scope for that dew band there, and the other one is connected to my fine scope for the dew band around my fine scope there. Here you have 4 12-volt power out ports, and it comes with 4 cables. In my case, I'm just powering my ATIC camera, which you can probably hear whirring in the background down there. And the only other thing of note is the power in. So you need 2 cables coming up to the box. The power in, which is the power box you can buy separately, is 12 volts in and it runs up to 10 amps, which I assume is the maximum output of this as well. And that's it. So it's all quite simple. Temperature sensor, USB in, 4 USB outs, 2 USB 3, 2 USB 2, a variable voltage port out, and nothing round that side. So what I'm actually powering, it's not the neatest cabling in the world, but you get the idea. One USB 2 goes to my filter wheel, one USB 2 goes to my ATIC, the power from the power box goes to my ATIC as well, and then my EAF is the other USB 2 port, and the USB 3 I'm using for my ASI 120 on my guide camera. Now, concerning the software, so here is the Pegasus software. Probably not the best way to show it by videoing the screen, but you'll get the idea. When you start it up, it auto detects what devices you've got connected. So in my case, it's the Power Pocket Box Advance. So whatever model you've got will come up there. Okay, so on this side you've got the 4 power ports that I showed you. You can switch them on or off. So you can't control them individually on this version. You can only switch them all on or off. Now if I switch this off, you should hear my ATIC camera stop. Hopefully you heard that. I'll switch them back on again and you should hear my camera start up. Okay, so that's switching the 4 power ports on or off. That's the adjustable port that I showed you, so you can adjust how much voltage you want it to pump out, and you can disable or enable the USB 2 ports. The dew control, you can have auto dew set on, in which case you can use this to, as you can see the hint has just popped up, you can use that to control the aggressiveness of the heating, and that is based upon that temperature sensor that I showed you. The readings from that temperature sensor are displayed here, so it knows the temperature, humidity and dew point. So if you have auto dew switched on here, it will vary the output to the dew ports based upon those readings. If you don't want to use that, you can actually set the power for both of them individually there. This side, temperatures, voltage, amps, watts, which is quite nice. You can see exactly how much you're drawing. At the moment, the only thing I've got switched on is the camera and I haven't got the cooling on the camera switched on, so it's basically drawing next to nothing at the moment. Next tab, graphs, all quite self-explanatory there really. One graph showing temperatures, one graph and dew points, the other graph is showing the drawer, the power drawer. Fortunately that's bang in the middle where it should be, so that's good news. And as you saw on the first screen, the actual amp drawer is next to nothing at the moment. Configuration tab there, nothing really hugely worth talking about there really. And there's a scheduler there which I haven't used, so all I do, I just fire it up, pretty much leave it as you see here, and that's all you need to do. It really does itself. Now you don't actually need to run the software to use it. By default, if you don't run the software, if you just power the Powerbox on, then the 4 ports will be enabled and the dew control will come to this recommended default setting. So you don't actually have to run this software, you can just switch the box on and it will do its thing, which is a nice feature actually. So sometimes I don't even bother running this software, I just power it up and off you go. Okay, so hopefully that's of help.